Okay, this is me testing out the software and see what I can do if I really push it and try real hard to do something worth keeping. Um, I picked to to draw a scene from a movie that I really enjoyed. It's actually a series. It's Samurai Trilogy, and one of my favorite actors, Toshiro Mifune. I hope I'm saying this right correctly. Um, does just because he's one of my favorite actors doesn't mean I know how to pronounce his name. uh, I first became aware of him in Akira Kurosawa movies. This is not an Akira Kurosawa movie, but that's where I first saw the actor was in those movies. I think Hidden Fortress I had seen him in, and that was the first one. There used to be a working theater called the Rialto in South Pasadena, and it's had some trouble and it's older, and now I think the theater is not even a working theater like it once was, and maybe had stopped in the 90s or I don't maybe in 2000 it completely stopped. Um, I have no idea what happened to it since then. But back when I was watching and it wasn't still putting out movies, it was the best place to see foreign movies, animation, stuff that had a theme all week long. Maybe they did it only for directors and all the movies they ever did in their lifetime. They would put it all in a week, or maybe it was Samurai Week, and that's where I discovered samurai movies and my appreciation for this actor. Um, I'll tell you one thing. I went to the samurai. I went to the Hidden Fortress, and that's a long movie. You're talking about hours, maybe 5 hours. I went, and it was bright daylight, and by the time I got out, it was nighttime, and I was just minutes uh, in time to go to straight to my job. And luckily for me, my job was only right next door, and I walked right over and just started working. I knew I was cutting it close, but I didn't know it was just like 5 minutes to when I had to start work, and that was incredible. You go there and bright early in the afternoon, like first thing in the afternoon, and you come out and it's nighttime, and it's later, and I'm hungry, and oh, that taught me to plan ahead better. Next one I saw was Seven Samurai, and that was great. That was in a big theater. If any of you know the Rialto, you know what I mean. It's one of those tiny but those playhouses of old days with the ornate wall decorations and the stage. And Rocky Horror Picture Show was a weekend thing for years and years and years. And they had sometimes there was the best time to go was of course the Halloween season. People dressed up and went, and there was lines. But they did it every week, and sometimes there was like just like a handful, like 5 people, but they still played it, and they still had people up there uh, doing the stage show that eventually evolved over the years to play along with the movie. Uh, anyway, so I chose this scene because it's a man who the story of the Samurai trilogy follows a real life events in history. This samurai person really existed, and the things that they show in the movie are famous battles and confrontations with other people going through the same period that this samurai coming up the ranks is going through. And the story is about a young guy who survived the war and doesn't want to go back to the life of where he was before, and which is a peasant, a farmer. I don't know if he even owns his own land. And so he doesn't want that life. He wants to be something more. So he thinks of going into more into the service and somehow better his life that way. And he wants to improve his skills. Well, it's not. He finds out that as you continue and go on, your skills are not just in your hands and the way you hold your body and attack, and it's also to increase your knowledge and your thinking and your wisdom, and it's an appreciation for art, because a soldier's life is, I mean, in an instant it could be over if you're in battle, and you need to appreciate life to not feel like you're throwing away your life. You just savor every bite and every piece of it. So this was all new to him. He had no idea this involved. He just wanted to learn how to move the sword better and kill and be a warrior. But this was a whole other part of his education that he had no idea about. But he was serious about going forward, and that's the kind of personality he was. He just didn't give up. And he just bettered himself and became a refined person, a refined swordsman. And he had great battles. And they show him. They seem impossible, but it's recorded that he did face like a lot of people. I forget the number. And he survived it. He escaped, and he just outwitted his way out. Not only it was just his skill, it was his mind too, his intellect. And so this is a figure that I really was drawn to paint, to draw, because that's life, And as I'm working on this software, I have no idea if I can do any of this. It's a leap of faith that I can pull it off. And you might see, you could tell that I'm just searching. I'm just playing around. I'm trying other things more and more and more, because this is all new to me. But you go in and you try your best, and you keep at it and you keep at it. And this is all shown as I'm developing this work. I'm working from a photograph. I'm looking at the photograph at the side of me, and I'm doing my best to recreate it as best I can. I think I make him look a little older because, well, I was a little older. Plus, it kind of reminded me of my father, too. And my father is a lifelong scrapper. He survived because he just won't give up, even when people tell him he should, and when life itself tells him he should. He doesn't give up, and somehow he survives. He pulled his family together and gave him a decent living, giving him a decent life when growing up. And these people know what it is to struggle from nothing and become something. And so this is a lot of my father, and I see that in this. And here I am, I'm drawing and drawing, and I don't know it, but it's coming together. Something's happening. And that's when you're painting, you face that in a small moment. You struggle to get what you're trying for, and you find it. Hopefully you find it. And that's what this is about. So hopefully you can see that, and this is where the inspiration coming from. Okay, thank you. And please visit my shop. You'll see the description down below, where a link where you can go find it. Thank you.